Hello everyone, welcome to Hook, Line and Sinker, where we find ourselves off the continental shelf on the east coast of Australia. Andrew, staring at the summit of angling's Everest.
Nick, the gladiator of the sea, arguably the toughest game fish there is, the most sought after creature on the planet for game fishing, the broadbill swordfish, and I think we've got one on.
Stick around, this could get interesting. This week's destination of the week is Tasmania's east coast. The continental shelf here is within easy reach of trailer boats, and that's where the big swordfish live, way down deep in more than 400 metres of water. So the gladiator of the sea, the sport fish to rule them all, the broadbill swordfish, Andrew. Up until a year ago, there was nowhere that you could go reliably to target these fish.
No.
But in recent times, there is one crew who has rewritten the book.
They've put Tassie on the map as potentially one of the best spots to catch a broadbill anywhere in the world. They have secrets. They have worked out the formula of how to catch a swordfish. They're called Team Tuna Chaser.
This is all very tightly held, and they certainly haven't offered to take us fishing.
No, they don't know we're here.
We're hoping they will.
Just go up to them.
You talk about fishing, mate. You're good at talking about fishing.
Just go up to them.
Just
Go, g'day mate, Nick from the fishing show. How are you?
Here you go.
G'day, Leo, is it? It's Nick here from the fishing show. I feel like a creep. Go, just you go. It was a little creepy, but if we were to succeed in filming something special, we needed help, and Team Tuna Chaser was our best bet.
Skipper Leo Miller and his crew have cracked the code on catching Aussie swordfish. In a very short time, Tuna Chaser has smashed swordfish records which have stood for decades. Excuse me, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, Nick.
Nick Digan, Hook, Line and Sinker.
Hey, Nick, how are you, mate?
I'm really well, mate.
That one here, mate.
Look, I've heard a lot about you, and I've heard about the fishing you've been doing. And somebody I'd like you to meet, if you would. Andrew, this is Andrew Hart.
Hello, Andrew speaking. Hello, Leo. Andrew Hart. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
How are you, Leo?
Andrew's really nervous, and he's got something he'd like to ask you, Leo.
Right.
Leo, will you please take us to catch a big swordfish?
Oh, look, we could probably have it. You guys don't want to come next trip, do you? We could probably. You're going to be on TV, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we could probably do that. Yeah.
You've made him a very happy man, Leo.
Yeah, like a kid in the candy shop.
There we go.
You know?
Just a few days later, we were heading out to sea to a spot where Leo's crew caught their biggest sword to date, a 263 kilo monster on 24 kilo line.
Kyle's whopper there, 265, still the all tackle Australian record.
It smashed every Australian record for the species there ever was, a true beast of a fish. Alright, well we've put a line in the water. We have somehow got ourselves aboard the mighty Tuna Chaser, Nick. We're at sea, we're fishing, we're doing it.
I'm very nervous, Andrew. I'm breathless with anticipation. We are some 10 miles, I guess, off Wineglass Bay on the east coast of Tasmania, and we are in the presence of fishing greatness. Leo, this is big sword country, mate. This particular area that you've brought us to, is it special to you, or is it just a spot?
Look, I think there's swords all up and down the east coast of Tasmania, Nick. There's good bottom and good country the whole way up, but this spot is special to us. We fished here about 6 weeks ago in the Coles Bay Classic, and young Kyle, only 16 on our boat, managed, after a 6-hour battle, managed a 265 kilo broadbill, which was, it was an epic day, so yeah.
So that's a fish in excess of 500 pounds.
Yeah,
that is a massive...
580 pounds, yeah, she wasn't too bad. They grow fast, they grow big. They don't have any rib bones, so they can stuff plenty of food in. I think that's how they can grow so fast.
I'm thinking about having my ribs taken out so as I can just eat. But mate, we're just trying to catch some fresh bait now.
Yeah, look, I've got some really good marks on the sounder. There's some great marks coming up that should be bait or a combination of bait and albacore and striped tuna. Both good baits. Fresh baits are always good, but I've got some squid there that we caught a while back, and they've certainly been producing the goods. So we'll just keep trolling up the shelf here. We're almost at our mark anyway. We'll see if we can't pick something up and get into it.
Tuna Chaser is proof that you don't need a big, flash, expensive white boat to catch big trophy fish. She's rough, rugged and not that easy on the eye, but Tuna Chaser finds herself hooked up more often than not, and the crew's recent record speaks for itself. Now, Tuna Chaser is interesting, Leo, insofar as you carry...
Look at that, that's our bait.
That's the bait,
That's our
there,
bait.
that's the squid and
Only
the
a little
bait.
bait.
And this boat is interesting, as I was saying, in that it has its own quarry. Leo, you keep at the front here a selection of what are commonly known as rocks.
Yeah.
Like quite big rocks.
Stones.
Yeah,
We call them stones, boulders, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And Leo is currently going through his collection of stones.
Picked a good one, have you, mate?
Just about the right size. So look, you need a good sinker to get down to the bottom in 500 metres. You want it to break away so your bait just drifts up through the water column and looks as natural as it can.
Yes.
We find that rocks are fairly cheap and readily available, so they seem to do the job for us.
So this is, this is technical fishing. There's no doubt
It's a
about
rock.
that. But there is a nice sort of interaction between technical and primitive.
You want a nice dense rock.
Yeah, basalt.
Yeah, look, I think these are granite actually.
Yeah.
How do you tie that to your line?
Yeah, that hasn't got a hole in
No,
it.
put a bit of tape around it and a couple of large rubber bands and tie onto the rubber bands. And then the rubber band ends up breaking and we put a little one on the bait. That's what breaks away. So we've tried all sorts of things. I've used Besser blocks, they work, but they're a bit slow getting down.
Yeah.
The wife wanted to get rid of an old umbrella stand, big cast iron thing, so that went down. We've used chunks of concrete, bottles of sand, but rocks are pretty good, do the job. Other people use house bricks and what have you.
I like the rocks. I like the selection of rocks.
Yeah, look, there's
You're not worried that if you hit a good wave, the rocks are going to migrate their way through the bottom of the
I've
boat.
had a couple of sore toes. Look, generally they stay put. It gives a nice little bit of ballast up the front. Boat ride's better now. So whatever works.
Yeah. All right, let's get in there.
Anyway.
Get it down there.
Now, the rig to catch a swordfish during the day is complicated, but let's try and break it down. Simply tie a massive rock to a bit of light line, then that's attached to your bait, in this case a big squid.
Use a heavy leader and a big hook, attach a strobe light a few metres up from the bait, and when you think it's ready to go, bombs away. You also keep some boulders down the back of the boat as well.
They're just spares, mate. You never want to run out of rocks. Good. I can't dive deep enough to pick any
Now
up
this
out
is
here.
a vaguely technical part of all of this. Not even vaguely technical. This is a very technical part of all this. Getting our bait and our rock to the bottom without it all becoming one great tangled mess.
Yep, that's right. So I start with my rod up the top. I've got my clicker on.
Yeah.
I'll pull a bit of line into the water first.
Yes.
Take that initial bounce out of it.
Right. Because when you toss the rock, that goes presumably.
It sinks, does it?
Yeah.
The rock sinks.
Yeah, pumice is no good.
No.
So the bait goes in.
There. Now, if I could just ask you to gently place that rock into the water, Nick.
Yes.
Don't
Gently,
throw him
Nick.
over or just
Andrew, we need you on the other side as ballast. I'm going to gently place
gently.
it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. Down she
Down
goes.
she goes.
Down goes
Down she
Mr.
goes.
Squid. Get out the rod. Make sure the line comes out nice and neat. And we're going to lose about 450 metres.
There it goes.
If you don't get one on, then you have to wind in and change spots. You have to wind it all the way
No,
up.
it's electric reel.
That's your job. The winder.
You just crank it all the way up.
Yeah, no, crank it up. Sometimes you might get a take on the way up. You can see we've hit the bottom there now.
Right.
So I'll put the drag up, and now I've got the job of trying to bust it off.
Can you feel your rock?
I can feel the tension, yeah. Hopefully this is going to snap it off. Oh, I think she might have gone there now.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's busted off. We're just going to wind that up just a little bit so it's off the bottom.
And we're fishing. We're in the game. We're swordfish fishing. Come on, Swordy.
With a couple of sword rods set, it was now a waiting game, but there is a way to pass the time.
Now Leo, the other thing that we're going to do today, while we're waiting for the swordfish to come along, is drop down the good old electric reel. They are just fantastic for this sort of depth of water.
They're great, Andrew.
You catch a feed, but are you interested in catching a feed or just sort of seeing what's down there?
Bit of both. Feed would be good. See what's down there, get some bait. I've got a squid jig on as well, glow in the dark one. I'd love to get a nice big fat arrow squid, but as much as anything, yeah, feed would be ideal.
And Leo, we've got a fish on here.
Oh, we've got a couple, Andrew. Here comes a blue grenadier.
A couple of fish on here. I'll just swing that over.
Yep.
Blue grenadier on
perfect bait size.
Sword bait, yes.
Nothing on the squid jig, probably because it's tangled up. There's something else down here that might be better, Andrew. There's something, no, let down. It's a Ribaldo. They're not much good to eat.
The Ribaldo cod.
I don't rate Ribaldo.
No, he's mushy and soft already, you can tell. He looks a bit like a blue eye, but he's not.
No.
But this fellow here, that is your blue grenadier, and we're saying that's a perfect sword bait.
Beautiful, yep. I've caught my first sword, I caught on a fillet of a much bigger grenadier, but that'll make a nice whole bait or a fillet or butterflied.
Yeah.
New Zealand, that's what they call the hokey.
If you go to McDonald's and buy a fillet of fish, Andrew,
that's him.
That's it.
Beautiful burger, the fillet of fish.
Probably not 100%
white
fish.
Bun and the,
There might be something else in there with it.
it's the burger you can eat without teeth.
But most of their food in it. But yeah, so that's your grenadier.
Well, good stuff. Well, we might get you to rig him up and put him down.
With a fresh blue grenadier on board for bait, we sent the electric back down and didn't have to wait long.
Got colour.
What have we got, Leo? What have we got?
I don't know, but I think it might be a blue eye, Nick. Yes, there's a blue eye Trevella.
Nice.
First hook, so far so good.
Hey,
beautiful.
Nice little blue eye.
Lovely.
Lovely eating size. Pretty good bait size too.
Won't be bait, Leo.
I don't reckon it will be.
With dinner taken care of, it was back to the important stuff. Rigging baits, checking baits, tossing in more rocks.
Bombs away.
Just a little bit going on
There's
here. We've got
weight,
the electric coming up with weight on it, Leo. Things looking good on the sound.
We're getting excited, Nick. We're getting excited.
Andrew's just winding this rod up, and you're saying there's weight on it.
Mate, there's a heap of weight on it.
Like a rock.
There's a good bend in the rod. The line was tighter than we had before. We waited for the drag to come off, but that didn't happen. But there's something on here. I don't think it's the rock. We'll find out in 490 metres time. Andrew looks excited.
So we've potentially got a fish on.
Maybe, I don't know.
Possibly.
We were hooked up. It was high fives all round, harnessed up and settling in for a long fight. We were all patting each other on the back. This was the stuff of dreams, a plan coming together.
I've already got a bit of a sore back.
Really?
A little bit.
That's okay.
Could be a 610 kilo swordfish. Doesn't really know it's hooked yet.
Half the excitement is we don't know what it is.
Yes.
Could just be a shark. Maybe it's a 100 kilo blue eye.
How would you categorise this fight scenario to this point?
Just dead weight at the moment.
Right.
So, you know, it hasn't been like a marlin strike where you get a marlin on and it jumps all over the ocean. I'm not sure this thing knows it's hooked, really, to be honest.
You've got to remember that picture of the light aircraft doing circuits.
1,500 feet.
1,500 feet down, the fish is swimming. There's a lot of water between us and it.
I have a feeling this is big, though.
Do you?
It feels heavy.
Right.
And I don't think it's a rock.
We'll get colour very soon. The rock. That's all you've got is the rock. Look, I forgot to tie the rubber bands on, that's what I did.
So I just caught a rock.
So look at the quality of these rubber bands, would you?
Oh, that is officially the most embarrassing
So
thing.
that's fantastic.
Just hold him up. Just so I can. There he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So that's a little bit of a failure. I think I forgot to tie the rubber bands on the other end.
That's strong, those rubber bands. Aren't
Just
they
poured it
strong?
rock and roll there.
Have we got time for another drop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that embarrassing
Put 2 rocks
Little
on
rondo
this,
there.
Nick can wind them up.
So, with a nice rock landed, we've finished our first day in search of swords without the gladiator we'd hoped for, and on a bit of a low.
Got any good rocks lately?